Russ Brooks. I'm the fire chief in the city of Utica. I've held this position as fire chief for 12 years. Prior to that, I was actually the assistant fire chief for 8 years. So in essence, I've been leading the fire department for 20 years here in the city of Utica. I've been a Utica firefighter for over 40 years. My father was a firefighter, so in essence, I've been involved with the fire department my entire life.
Have you had a lot of leadership um, within the fire department from before?
Um, the fire department is kind of a unique organization and has, maybe unique leadership skills that are required. It's run as a paramilitary organization. And yes, I've taken leadership courses. I've gone to leadership seminars. I've read books on leadership, but I kind of break it down to one thing. And I believe leadership is treating people the way you would want to be treated, and leading by example rather than demands.
I see you work side by side with previous Chief Robert Manfredo. You said that he prepared those who would be leading the department and set the stage for some of the changes that began under his administration. What are some of those examples?
Well, basically, not that I'm categorizing him, but when I was appointed 40 years ago, I affectionately referred to that as the old time fire department. And fire departments, they did what they fought fires exclusively, and that was it. The fire service has evolved into an emergency service organization, and our guys are highly trained in firefighting. They are New York State paramedics, certified paramedics. They're trained in mitigating hazardous materials or chemicals. They do confined space, just numerous duties. Anything that goes wrong in the city, they respond to. And in essence, it's more of an emergency service organization. And while they're still referred to as firefighters, and this is still referred to as a fire department, in reality, I view them as advanced emergency technicians with, just an enormous amount of training.
Joseph Pulio, I'm a firefighter paramedic.
Brian Devins, I'm a firefighter paramedic.
Okay, how do you guys view Chief Brooks as a leader?
Myself, firm and fair. If you could kind of figure that, he's an old school type of chief where, this is a paramilitary type of organization. So, as you move up in rank, those are the guys that, you need to listen
And
to.
what would you say his best leadership skill would be?
Oh, there's a
Definitely
few.
a motivator.
He's a motivator. Yeah, he's definitely a motivator.
Would you say he's a figurehead for the department?
Yeah, he's a figurehead for the department, yes. He's been through the trenches just like anybody else. And, some of the things that you hear around the stories about when he was a private, so it's not like, he knows what we've done. He's not going to ask you to do anything that he hasn't already done. So that is respectable.
So, how do you help a new employee understand the culture of your organization?
Well, you help them by educating them, training them, and that's why we have a 14-week course. And it's a wake-up call for many, and not all stay there. Some of them come from their mothers, and now all of a sudden they're in this very structured, wearing uniforms and no questions asked discipline. But they're different people after the 14 weeks when they come around.
How do you develop trust and loyalty in your employees?
Something I've always believed, the most important characteristic a member of an organization can have is loyalty. And that even exceeds competency. You can have the most competent person in your organization, and if he isn't loyal, he's a detriment. He's not an asset to your organization. He's working against you. You can teach competency, but you cannot teach loyalty.
Are there any team building exercises you do within the department?
Everything is team building. You know, it sounds kind of corny, but you know, that phrase "there's no I" in team is constantly impressed, and the success of any operation is contingent on the team and all the training and practice and everything we do. Teamwork is emphasized.
How much leeway?